welcome back to Bourbon Blind, where the guys drink whatever I pour them. So tonight's bottle, we're heading to New Orleans. So I grabbed a bottle of SAZERAC RYE to much of probably Nick's dismay. He's not a big rye fan, so we'll see what he thinks of it. As always, guys are going to drink the bourbon in their glass without knowing what it is. They're gonna give you flavor notes. They're gonna give you a price point that they're willing to pay for the bourbon in the glass without the hype of the label. I wanna give a huge shout out to all of our Patreon members. We would not be able to do what we do without you. The past 2 weeks, we have not gotten an episode out. Kyle's computer crashed. We lost everything, including episodes that we have already pre-recorded. So if you find yourself in New Orleans this weekend, go ahead, hit us up. We would love to chit chat with you. Message us on Facebook is probably the best way to do that. And we would love to chit chat with you if you find yourself at the New Orleans Bourbon Festival. With that, I'm gonna hide that, go get the guys, and we will see what they think of SAZERAC. Nick's probably not gonna like it. Oh well, I didn't even think about it when I picked the bottle.
What's up?
Sup.
Sup?
Sup.
What's up? What's up?
What's up, sup?
Sup? Sup? Sup?
Sup.
What's up? Oh, kids will have no clue what we're talking about right now. What's up, guys? Kyle here with Bourbon Blind.
I'm Nick.
Here
Also
we taste
Bourbon Blind. We're both here for blind alcohol.
Yep.
Bringing awareness to the
I'm
cause.
sorry, guys. This is the best I can do. Okay.
Yes.
I apologize.
Same. I also apologize.
So we taste things blind, and smell things blind, and that is straight up brown sugar molasses caramelness.
It's almost like a
Things.
Armagnac.
Like that sweetness.
Yeah. Like real potent sweetness. Almost like a grape raisin pruny type note.
Yep. I'm trying, guys.
We're doing our best.
You do as good as you can. I'll do as good as I have to.
He's the worst.
I had a buddy that always used to tell people that at the pool hall. He's like, "Oh yeah, man, you want to play a game? Yeah, you just do as good as you can. I'll just do as good as I have to." He wasn't cocky at all, for the record. Anyway, yeah, no, just straight up sweetness in there.
It's a good nose. I like it. Okay. This is about to go sideways. From his side, not mine this time.
Pepperoni. Don't ask me how I got there.
Y'all do your best, because he's not.
Almost like a summer sausage.
For the record, he has had dinner. This is not because he's hungry.
It affected my palate. Okay, we're gonna go with that.
I can say I can see almost like the saltiness of the direction you're going for.
There's like a salty, savory
But the saltiness, it's not salty. But there's a note in there that's telling my brain salty.
When I smell it, this is what my brain pictures.
Right. But for me, my brain goes to like salt cured ham. It's not. I don't smell ham, but that saltiness just reminds me of it.
Right.
You may have noticed we've been a little MIA the past couple of weeks. Kyle had some computer issues.
That's an understatement.
It's a number of them, and lost basically everything.
I've been building my own computer since I was like 7 years old.
Yeah.
At that time, it was more my dad's computer, right? But
and they're still of roughly the same quality.
Right. And they are, I lost everything. Had to reinstall bigger hard drive, reinstall or move Windows.
Which
ended up reinstalling Windows, ended up losing everything. So
in drives that weren't even connected somehow?
2 different ones.
2 different drives. One of which wasn't connected or installed on the PC when it was happening and will not recognize in any computer it's plugged into.
All the backup of it, I still have all my backup videos. But all of like the extra stuff, the sound, the credits, the everything, there probably won't be any credits at the end of this. Sorry, Patreon guys. I'm gonna try, but I make no promises.
You don't realize how many little things you have to like put into when you're editing until you don't have those things.
Yeah, at first I was like, oh, like I can grab the sound. That's not a big deal. Then I was like, I bet everything else it should be pretty easy. Then I was like thinking about all the little things, and I was like, little animations and the end screen and the
Yep. And all the little templates for the boxes for the stuff that you put in about the model.
Yep, those two.
Aren't computers great?
They're fantastic. Let's get in here.
It smells really good.
Really good.
Picking up some more of that raisins.
Yep. There's like a sweet savoriness.
I'm getting some of the saltiness.
Yeah.
The sweetness and savoriness is definitely there. The salt.
Like I didn't want to say salt cured ham again.
Yeah.
I mean, you said it the first time, but like
you said pepperoni.
I did.
This is not a Papa John's.
And summer sausage.
This is not a Papa John's.
Like the cold summer sausage you get and like put on crackers. Love it. Kids love it. We love it.
Colby cheese cracker. Prime. That's an after drink snack.
Maybe some like spicy mustard. I'm not a big mustard guy, but it just works. Yeah.
I dig this.
Mm-hmm. Nice mouth coating. That sweetness, like
no ethanol, like anywhere.
Not low proof though. But
maybe
I'm guessing right around 90 to 100.
Yeah.
Lower. Anyway.
It's very interesting. I'm still picking up. My brain's saying Armagnac because of the raisin.
Like it's not as sweet as an Armagnac.
No, nowhere near as sweet as an Armagnac, but it's very raisin.
And like I'm trying to pinpoint the notes themselves, but it's just like the sweetness that rolls into a savoriness that rolls into
things.
Just like a nice harmonious like
stuff.
Kumbaya moment on the lawn with a guitar, like
right. And all of it's just kind of sprinkled with a little bit of sea salt.
Yep. For me, that's in that like that savoriness. It's like
I can see that. Yeah.
Like a salt cured ham, like a summer sausage, like
the things you said you weren't gonna say.
Yep. But the sweetness isn't like, oh, that's brown sugar. Oh, that's vanilla. Oh, that's whatever.
It's
like,
just a mild sweetness.
Yeah.
And mild as in like
synergy,
potency of the flavor, not like it's a low level sweetness. Like it's a pretty forward with the sweetness on the nose and the palate. But like it's not real strong like that's brown sugar or powdered sugar or any molasses or whatever.
Yeah, no, but it's crazy.
With the water, a little bit more ethanol. Still getting some good sweetness on it.
Yeah.
Everything's
more earthiness.
Yeah,
like
much more earthy. A little bit more ethanol comes forward in mine, but I had a little bit more to start with than you did.
No, it does in mine too.
It's not strong. I'm intrigued.
It just lowered everything except some of like the earthiness.
And brought some of the ethanol forward.
Yeah.
It gets just like a tinge of acidity on it with the water.
That glass has been sitting for a minute.
It adds some tingle behind the lips on the gums for me with the water.
My jowls and like the sides of my tongue for me. Smell that.
Legs are thin, run a little slow, but not like hanging out not hanging out forever. They do run, but they're slower.
Yeah, they form and they run, but it's not. That's like brown sugar molasses, like.
Yeah, the sweetness is a lot darker.
Dark sweetness.
Without the water. I much prefer it without the water. Like, hands down. I'm having a hard time.
I'm going to guess in that 95 proof.
90, 95, 98, 99, somewhere in there. I don't think it's 100 or more. I really don't.
Like it could be like a bottled and bond, but like, I don't know. It has enough flavor, but like it said, no ethanol.
Yeah. I'm having a hard time even approaching an age for it.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to say not under 3 years.
But I don't think it's over 6, so somewhere in that 3 to 6 range.
I feel like 4 to 6, no, like 5 to 7-ish. Like not quite 8, but definitely more than 4. Just like that's a lot of sweetness in there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Definitely a lot of sweetness.
I'm going to say I'm in this solid 40, maybe $50.
I was going to say 50, 55. It's good. I enjoy it. But like, I don't know that I'd want to have multiple glasses of this. It's really rich.
It is.
But
like
the sweetness
like
and
chewy.
Yeah. With the sweetness and that like savory fruit, raisin, prune type flavor that it's got going. I definitely don't think that this would be a couch pour at all. Maybe a nightcap.
No. So that's not that.
Drum roll, please. SAZERAC RYE. Son of a bitch.
It was that. I felt the bottle and I felt this little part up here and I was like, that feels like SAZERAC. But, which is a rye out of Buffalo Trace.
It's 90 proof.
Yep.
Any idea what the age is? Roughly?
I want to say in that 5 to 6 year range, maybe.
Huh.
6-ish. I got 0 rye on that.
None.
Like,
and you guys know, I would tell you.
Nick hates most ryes.
We
now have to say most, because there's like 3 now that like...
2.5. Like, I don't hate the Master's Keep rye. It just doesn't do anything for me. That Maltster.
Yeah. That's new
prime.
Riff. Bam.
Prime. This, I don't hate that. Am I possibly going to be buying a bottle of rye for my house?
That? About $30?
Am I possibly going to be buying a bottle of rye for my own cabinet?
So I am going to like the SAZERAC rye capital of the world, New Orleans.
Well, I mean, that is that's
be
where SAZERAC is. New Orleans, Louisiana.
Some SAZERAC. It's delicious. Huh. Actually, the hotel we're staying at is across from the SAZERAC house. Yeah. Still, even knowing what it is, I get 0 rye on that. What I was going to say, I think, and I could be way wrong on this. I'll put it down there if I am. I believe the SAZERAC, the mash bill that Buffalo Trace uses is 51% rye.
Okay.
Which would be a super, super low, that's as low as you can legally go and still call it a rye. So they're way more corn, which is way more sweetness. So much more like a high rye Four Roses, which is a super high rye mash bill for bourbon. Yeah, that's...
Which is weird because I don't really like the high rye mash bill from Four Roses.
Right.
Like I've told you that before, that I don't love a high rye bourbon. I don't love this, to be clear, but like I'm not offended by it at all.
No, you pay $50 for it.
Yeah.
So that says a lot.
I'd pay it. I would be more than happy to buy a bottle of that Maltster. That new Riff Maltster's delicious.
It is.
Is Nick growing up? No, he's not.
No.
Nick's a child.
Yeah, so anyway, it's out of Buffalo Trace. Like I said, it was like pretty much made for New Orleans, or New Orleans was like, hey, that's ours now. Like, SAZERAC's a big thing. There's a SAZERAC cocktail that you can obviously use SAZERAC rye in. That is also part of what I was going to say. The SAZERAC rye is
America's first cocktail.
It is a great mixer. It mixes into things really well. So, which I can see without like that balance of the sweet, savory. Like,
yeah. No, this was not a
earthy little bit.
Punch you in the face rye. And those are the ryes that I really
It's not a Willet rye.
I can't get on board with.
It's like a bottle of pickle juice.
It's the spearmint and like I love
Dill.
spearmint, but not in a rye. Like spearmint gum, go to all day long. Dill, I don't like pickles, and all I can ever think of with dill is pickles. No, but yeah. Title for this video is Nick Doesn't Hate It.
Right? So, anyway, Patreon members, absolutely love you guys. T-shirts down at the bottom. Teespring, Patreon, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. No, not Twitter.
Well, yes, Twitter, but also no Twitter.
The Tiki Takis.
Yeah, Tiki Talks.
Yep. And Bourbon Blind Nation on Facebook.
Yeah.
So, be sure to check it all out. And until Friday, noon central next week, cheers, drink blind, and hopefully we'll be back on our regular schedule.
Drink always. Bow, bow, bow. Since you don't have the music.
Bow, bow, bow.